I am so glad that you are here. If you're inside this program, it means one thing. You've decided to stop guessing with your body, and you've decided to start to build something real instead. This program is not random workouts. It's not sweat for the sake of sweating. It's not burn more, eat less. This is about building a body that can handle the life that you want to live. This is about freedom without compromise in your body. This is where you get to move more, hurt less. Welcome to Built Through Movement. This program exists because most people don't get injured because they're broken. They get injured because their load exceeds their capacity. You train hard, you're busy, you're juggling life, maybe kids, a career, maybe endurance goals, lifting goals. You push through fatigue. You override pain. You ignore signals until your body forces you to listen. Your body keeps the score. Your body, you get one life, right? You are here. You are a soul that gets to have a human experience because you have a body. This program, it's why I call Built Through Movement, leverages movement in a way that feels empowering for you so that you get to live an active life. This 16-week program exists to change the patterns that you've been living, or maybe create new ones. We are not here to chase exhaustion. Instead, we are here to build capacity. When your capacity rises, pain decreases, performance increases, recovery improves, confidence skyrockets, and movement becomes freedom again. What Built Through Movement actually means. I say movement is medicine all of the time. Movement isn't just exercise. I know that we say a lot like, I need to get my workout in. But that implies when you say work out, it means you're working out energy. Energy is leaving your body. I love movement because there's a variety of ways that we can move our body. Through this program, together, we are going to assess, not guess, so that you get to leverage all of the beautiful ways that you can move your body. Movement is information. It is feedback, and movement is medicine when applied correctly. This program is structured in phases because your body adapts in layers. Restore, rebuild, strengthen, and then integrate. We don't skip steps. Durability is earned. Okay. When you want to build a solid house, it starts with a solid foundation, not just pretty decoration. This program is different because you will not just be following workouts. You're starting with a base program specific to you and the movement assessment, which will tell us where your restrictions are, where your asymmetries are, where you force or where your force production is limited, where your nervous system is where your nervous system is overprotective and where capacity is below ambition, right? So ambition is the goals, the life that we want to live, climbing mountains, running without pain, skiing downhill with confidence, right? We need to make sure that your capacity matches the threshold, right? This is what gives you more out of life. From there, we start to modify. Everything that we do inside of this program is intentional. This is not just you following a base program. This is you following specifically what your body needs. You will feel irritation, but you will also learn through this program that irritation is what drives adaptation. I'm going to help make sure that you feel safe during this process because everything is going to be built around pain-free ranges, gradual progressive overload, tissue tolerance, nervous system regulation, breath mechanics, and real biomechanic feedback. This is science-backed training. It is load management. And this is how, not just how injuries are prevented and not just treated, this is how you learn to live the most optimal life possible in the one life that you have. Doesn't that sound like the dream? So, expectations for the next 16 weeks. I want you to hear this clearly. This is not about being perfect. Life is not perfect. It's far from it. And this is about being consistent. You will have good weeks. You will have messy weeks. You will have very high energy days and probably also very low energy days. The goal is not to panic when life fluctuates. Okay. A lot of times people fail because they only know how to do something when they're given information when life is good. The whole point of Built Through Movement is to learn how to adapt, not just when life is good, but when it also doesn't feel or look so good. So together we adjust load. We protect recovery. Recovery is your foundation. And together we stay in the game. The goal is not a 6 week aesthetic shift. The goal is building a body that will hold for decades. My jujitsu professor, struggling with English today. My jujitsu professor is 80 years old and he's a tank. He's a black belt. He's incredibly strong. He didn't even start jujitsu until he was in his 60s. I grew up in Illinois, and a lot of the people around me, it's like you go to the bar on Sunday, you watch football, you watch other people live their dream, and you work 9 to 5, you work really hard just to have a couple days on the weekend that often involve letting loose. That is how I grew up until I was 26 years old and moved across the country to Colorado. And it is, that was intentional. That was hard to move away from family. But for me, it goes back to building a life that can sustain or build a body that can sustain the life that I want to live for the rest of my life, not just, oh, until you're 50 or, oh, until hormones change. I want to have a full life. And chances are, because you're here, so do you. So, how to approach this program? Together, we're going to train at the prescribed RPE. RPE stands for rate of perceived exertion. This is a solid metric to use because it meets you where you're at each week. If you didn't sleep well and you wake up, you're not going to be trying to lift heavier than you did the day before if your body isn't willing and able. In order to expand capacity, it's going to be able to meet yourself at the level you are that day. So when I say we're going to train at 70%, it means 70% relative to how you feel that day. We're also going to respect rest days. We train for the opportunity to recover. Adaptation happens in recovery. We're also going to fuel your body. I've spent 20 years over training and under fueling. It's why I got into coaching. My body broke down. I lost my period. I was told I would never be a mom. My hair started falling out. I had really bad acne. I was gaining weight even though I was barely eating. My hormones blew up on me. That is not what this program is. People who look good don't always feel good, but people who feel good often look good. Okay. So fuel is the energy that gives us what we need to live a full, abundant life. So we're going to fuel your body. We don't want to underfuel because it lowers the capacity. Protein matters, carbs matters, fats matter. It all matters. Hydration matters. We're going to eat intentionally and like we actually care about our body because we do. We're going to learn how to navigate pain. Pain happens. Pain is information. You're going to learn principles around what this means later on, but pain is an emotional response. It's not fact. So I'm going to help you work through that so that when we experience things and maybe what we feel as setbacks is an opportunity to look at information of how can we do this differently or better so that we can keep going. And lastly, the goal is to play the long game. You are building infrastructure. This is not a 16-week program that is a set it and forget it. This is a transformation that will stay with you for the rest of your life. And no matter what season of life you're in, whether you get injured down the road, you have kids, you move across the country, you change jobs, you will learn how to navigate all of these different circumstances that pop up because, again, life is life. You will learn the skills inside of this so that you can continue to have a full life in your body despite all of the things that may come your way. Through this is an identity shift. This program is not about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you are underneath compensation, exhaustion, and self-sabotage. It's going back to who you authentically are. Okay? It's why, I know that we talk about identity as everything. right? You'll learn the be, do, have framework. You have to be the person you want to be before you are that person. And that can feel hard and scary. And I'm going to help you leverage that. But when you can embody that identity shift, it allows you to do the things that you need to do so that you can have the goal that you want. And it's why I like to think about it as you're not just like becoming someone new. You're peeling off all of the things that are irrelevant and don't matter anymore so you can live authentically as you. This is where we feel calmest and safest in our body. It's remembering who you are, right? I like thinking about the Simba analogy in The Lion King when Simba, runs away and he looks in the water and looks up in the sky and sees Mufasa. And Mufasa is like, remember who you are, right? Like, that's what this is. So it's like the clouds are parting and we're going to rebuild that together. You're not fragile, okay? You're not just tight. You're not getting older. It's not genetics. You're under recovered, under supported, and likely under strengthened in key areas, right? That's why we assess, we don't guess. We're going to have structure to what you're doing and make it as optimal as possible. And we'll fix that together. So you will learn how to listen to your body without catastrophizing, how to push without burning out, how to build strength without losing endurance, how to increase output without increasing injury risk. You will become your own coach. What will success look like in the Built Through Movement program? Success at the end of 16 weeks does not mean that you PR'd everything, that you felt sore, or that you had perfect compliance. It's just the beginning. Success means that your confidence has increased, your pain has decreased or become manageable, your movement feels more stable, you understand load versus capacity, you can auto-regulate, you feel strong in your life again. Because I do jujitsu, I like the analogy that my professor gave me when I first started. And in jujitsu, you have several belt ranks. It's white belt to blue belt to purple belt, which is where I'm at now, a brown belt and a black belt. And my professor told me that the hardest belt to earn is the white belt because it's just getting started, right? So congratulations, by being here, you earned your white belt. He told me the next thing with jujitsu is that the real work doesn't start until you become a black belt. You don't know what you don't know, right? And so you're learning all of these different techniques and stages throughout the different belts, and then you get to black belt. And it's like, now that you're at this like professional level, this is where the real work begins. And so inside of the Built Through Movement program, this next 16 weeks is like you're going through the belt ranks so that you can earn your black belt. And then that's where life begins. My commitment to you. I'm here to guide you, to assess, to modify, and to teach you how to think, not just what to do. Information is nothing without implementation. So together we will learn how to implement into your life that is relevant to you so that you can do it in every phase of your life. I'm not here just telling you what to do. I will never push you into something that exceeds your capacity, but I will push you to grow it. It will be uncomfortable, but again, irritation forces adaptation. We want to adapt. That's how freedom is earned in your body. Okay. So thanks for being here today. There will be a lot of lessons for you in the coming weeks. There will be more from me inside of the coaching app and messages. If you haven't messaged me already, make sure to check your messages. There will probably be a message from me on next steps. You've already taken the first step. You started. Second step, you watched this video. I'm excited for what you're about to learn in the education along the way. If we haven't already, we're going to do your first movement assessment. Then we're going to set your intention for the next 16 weeks together. We're going to define what strong means to you right now. And we're going to uncover what your current capacity looks like. Because again, we can't build more without knowing where you're at. This is not about ego. It's not about comparison. It's just data. And from here we build. This is built through movement. And together we are going to move our bodies because movement is the greatest form of medicine that there is. You are not here to survive workouts. This is not going to be a grind. You are here to build a body that supports the ambition and the life that you want to live. You are here to move without fear, train without guessing, and perform without constantly managing pain. This is not this is good as it gets. You are here because you know that it can get better than it's been, and we're going to do that together. That's why this is not a quick fix. It's an infrastructure rebuild. And over the next 16 weeks, we're going to rebuild that foundation.